Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today I wanted to take a quick little look at one of Titan Forge Miniatures' latest releases, their Demonic Asylum. And yeah, I know this guy right here isn't really a demon, but he is definitely somebody who has escaped from the asylum. I just wanted to show him off. I thought he'd be kind of a fun one to print and paint. Yes, he can use a little bit of improvement in getting that clean, but he came out all right. More importantly, today I wanted to talk about the new modular demons that were part of this release. Now, if you know me, I love two things about tabletop miniatures is demons in all their various crazy shapes and forms, and modular things that can be kit bashed together. I think that is an absolute match made in heaven, and then now makes me realize I still don't have any of those Frostgrave demons. Shoot, okay, I'm going to have to rectify that. Got my birthday coming up. That's a good excuse, right? Anyway, so I started printing up some of these demons, and I just wanted to really quickly talk about them. The first thing that I really liked was the fact that they came in both male and female varieties. So this is a male. The only real difference is there is a slightly thinner waist and a larger chest for the female, and then their tails are actually a little bit different as well. There's more little spines or hairs or whatever on the male version. I actually had a bit of a misprint on the female, but we're going to hide that and ignore that until I get it green stuffed in. And nicely enough, they actually fit on 25mm circles. And by that, you can extrapolate that they probably would fit on 25mm bases as well that were square. I knew I was going somewhere with that sentence. Yeah, you could probably put them on square bases as well. I don't have any... Oh, no, I do have a 25mm square handy. Let's find out if that works. So one of the nice things about being modular is the fact that everything is totally compatible. If you wanted to put male heads on female bodies, they do work. They've all been glued together, so we're not going to get to try that today. There were a variety of weapons. We had great swords, regular swords, shields, open hands, and then in addition to both the male and female foot soldier types, we had a cavalry type model as well. So he is wearing a helmet with a plume here, and I've got glue all over my fingers, and you'll see why in just a moment. But he is with some regular axes. I think there was a great axe as well. And there were at least two different versions of the cavalry body, and I've always been a sucker for models with too many limbs. If you've listened to me enough on this channel, I've extolled the virtues of having too many body parts far too many times. But yeah, dragon ogres and the like, I was always a big fan of. This guy is going to fit quite comfortably on a 50mm base, if he can stand up. The head is modular as well, and it will fit with the other two body types. And I want to say there were some slight pose variations, I believe, as well. So if you wanted to mix and match there, that is totally doable as well. Grabbing a couple other Titan Forge models just to give a good excuse to have them on the channel. One of the older dwarf models they've had over the time. Actually, they scale up quite well with each other. I'm curious to see if there are already Bloodfield rules for these demons. I know we've got a upcoming Bloodfields Kickstarter with what looks to be Draconum-style Mage Knight dragon people, which I am totally down for. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get back to those modular demons, because one of the coolest things that came with this release was... this, if I can pick it up, you can see its shadow, and if I can fit him on the screen. Yes, those limbs behind them all there is actually part of a modular release. That wasn't anything special, not a loyalty reward, nothing like that. And we still can't even see him. My goodness. Okay, let's see if I can get the camera adjusted to not fall over. Good luck with that, right? There we go. So yeah, this big dude is actually completely modular. This is absolutely insane, and this is just part of their regular release. And the nice thing is, if you missed the month that this guy was available, considering how often Titan Forge runs sales, you probably could get him for a lot less if you keep your eyes out there on their sails. Anyway, so like I said, totally modular. There's 2 different versions of the heads. We have versions with axes, with swords, with shields, with the giant crazy polearm. I mean, this thing is just absolutely nuts. You want a greater exalted demon? I don't think you can go wrong with this. You can print him without those wings as well. I believe his name was like Arestos the Jailer or something like that. Now, I have not printed a base for him. Obviously, I'm going to need something really, really large to fit him on. He is just an absolutely massive piece of resin, and that's even with him hollowed out. I mean, but the detail on him is crazy. Crazy nice. I did have a couple of misprints. You can see right here, one of the chains. There were a couple of little extra bits that you can print out. One of the chain links there did not print. You can hang stuff on. And one of the legs on his pot of questionable materials there decided to fail. But it doesn't seem to be a huge difference. He's pretty stable as it is. I preferred this head that he has. The other one, I believe, doesn't have the little helmet guard thing, but he does have eyes located all over his horns, which I thought was a fun little touch. I have absolutely no clue how I'm going to paint them, but that seems to be an ongoing issue with a lot of these larger models. And when I say large models, I'm not kidding here. With a 1/144th scale Gundam, when he's about 1.5 Gundams tall, that's usually a good sign that you're working with a fairly big model. Or for you 40K players, this dude is as big as a knight. And actually, I think he's heavier, which is crazy because he's hollowed out for the most part. I think the only solid parts were the bits of the arms. Arms were 2 pieces, and then the actual pole arm, which consisted of just the head of the axe. The right hand actually is connected to the shaft of the pole arm, and then that's all one piece there. But the legs are hollow, the torso's hollow. Well, the wings aren't hollow, I guess. But yeah, just an absolutely crazy piece of resin. And I think if you want something for a nice centerpiece model, I don't think you can really go wrong with a big hunk of resin like this. I think he's going to be quite impressive. Especially, I mean, let's be honest, it looks to be the very corn type model, depending upon the paint shop, obviously. I guess if you wanted to go with the dual axe, that might work there. Other options would definitely be some kind of like a pit fiend, or you know, one of the big major players in the D&D type pantheon. Here, I even got that flame demon from Clay Cyanide here, just to give you guys an idea. He may have a bigger wingspan, but our friend Arestos here is absolutely gonna clonk him up. So, cool looking modular models. Absolutely hunking pieces of plastic and resin. You could probably get away with doing him on an FDM printer and it wouldn't hurt. I mean, it's just that big. So if you haven't had a chance, check out Titan Forge's stuff, because there is absolutely always something worth checking out there. Never mind the big crazy models like this. There's always scenery, characters. Their Titans of Adventure line, which always has, you know, new universal generic type player character hero models. So there's a whole lot of fun there. Put a link down below, and if you guys want to check it out, I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.